Hello everyone, welcome on back to Hutan Pantai. Alright, so first things first, I want to make sure we get this going here, because we need the tractor for several other things today as well. It's going to be a busy day for the tractor. Because we have two fields that need to be weeded. We might be able to wait until next month to weed. I'm a little worried that we'd have to go to narrows, and that which would be fine. I guess we could save a little bit of money from the rental. But we also have some fields that need the second layer of fertilizer on them. We're going to plant oats in here too. That should easily be ready this winter so we can get a whole bunch sold hopefully. And I also have one contract I was going to accept. I was looking through here trying to figure out which ones are easy-ish. This one here kind of makes sense. It's right next to our farm. We don't actually have to rent anything because everything that needs will not be used today for us. So it probably makes the most sense to do that one. These weeding, like I mentioned before, I've had issues on Riverbend where they do not work at all with workers. And like field 12 is absolutely huge. And I kind of need to do a bunch of things today, so I can't necessarily just hop over there and weed a field for an hour. I kind of need to make sure we get this planted. So I'll probably do the planting. Just because obviously we did miss a little bit up there on that field. I mean, we could try it again, but I'm just... Is it going to work? Well, we could try it. See how that goes. But yeah, it kind of works out the contract because we're basically already here. We can use our own combine for it, our own grain truck. We don't quite have our first layer of, or not first layer, first pallet of canned peas quite yet. It's almost there, and I have to move the rice rolls out of the way. I got the rice fields flooded. You can probably tell, maybe. But yeah, they are flooded. Well, here's the field that we get to do the harvest on. A fairly decent sized field, and I mentioned before I wouldn't mind trying to buy this piece. It does come with a lot of forest. I think it's pretty expensive too. Yeah, 400,000 because it comes with a whole bunch of the forest. If we're buying forest plots, I think 79 would make sense. It kind of connects into our land just fine in there. There's no like rocks and stuff. Like, we could easily connect into that. We could put a massive, pen on that field, stretch it into the woods. We could, make something really big out of that. The oats are at a pretty bad price. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting a bunch extra money from this. But out of all the contracts, it makes the most sense to do. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure on the weeding. It seems not to be working, at least on Riverbend. I'm not going to try it on a really big field and then find out I have to weed a field for an hour. I don't think anybody wants to watch the entire video where I'm just weeding a field. Watch the entire half-hour video of me just doing that. I did consider the smaller one because I think that one would be possible to easily finish. Yeah, I'm going to accept the smaller of the two. We could probably finish this. I'll borrow the items. And, if possible, if I get there and it works just fine with the worker, I could accept the bigger one. and we'll see. Maybe we can make a boatload of money. Like I said numerous times before, I'm just trying to use the contracts as a way to gain money even when we're not having anything to sell. Obviously the prices on the equipment, sheds, all that stuff are really expensive. So if I can do something that allows us to get an extra 10 grand, 5 grand a month, I'm going to do it, especially when it, you know, doesn't require us to spend time away from the farm. We can, you know, still be on the farm ourselves. Probably get this pulled around and then I'll have a worker work on it a little bit. I'll try to get the weeder set up. We can see if it works fine. Yeah, once the planting is done, we'll take control of that tractor. We got a couple fields that need the second layer fertilized. And I'm gonna try and wait on doing the weeding, the hoeing for our fields. That's one thing I really don't want to waste too much money. Like I've said before, the ultimate goal is for us to get a MERLO, because that is going to be our second tractor, basically. Because it has a 3-point on the back, PTO, everything. But I'd also want, like I said, this is huge. This is a huge, huge weeder. So weeding. Oh, I'm also on the front right now, so I can't lower it. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. I think there's an issue with the weeding. We'll go a little bit farther. Yeah, we'll get back to it in a little bit. Our oat field, I think, is ready next month. So we can probably get a second harvest off of that of oats, and then we'll have, you know, like I said, a whole bunch ready for December time when it's ready to sell. If we aren't able to get enough money for a MERLO by December, we'll easily have it then. But I know we have some soybeans possibly next month to be sold. It's either next month or July. It's one of the two. Kind of depends on pricing. I think soybeans were highest in June in 22, but for some reason I think I saw they were higher in July in here. I raised that a little early. I was looking through prices I know a while ago, so I think it might have been June when not June, July when they were high. All right, soybeans. Yeah, it looks like July right now is the peak price. We'll keep an eye on it. Obviously, if it's around this price next month, we'll sell it. Otherwise, we'll hold on and sell it July. We don't have a ton of them, so I kind of want to try to take advantage of what we do have, get the best possible price out of it. That right there could easily, you know, get us some MERLO, dang near. We do have like one thing we can sell if we do get a MERLO, so that does help a little, but I'm hoping to maybe extend this field next harvest, after this harvest. We'll see. I think we'll have a bit of a downtime, so I think it'd be possible. You know, we could possibly have a worker start on the harvest. They'll do the outer edge. We can rent pull-up plow, or we can use the cultivator crate fields mod. And we can... if I unload now, I think we got enough space then. Then I can open up the field, get it all ready while they're doing the harvest. We'll have to do lime spreading then. I think it needs a lime now, but it might next month. Plus, well, not next month, after this next harvest. Plus, obviously, if I extend this all the way up here, a little bit down here, the new pieces will need it. Well, I am going to go ahead and start a time lapse for this harvest here, so I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
I can go anywhere, walk the desert in the sun, lost and I don't care. I'm feeling lighter, lighter, at the finish line. You can't cheat me now. Flying like a satellite, I'm so far away, can't get me back. You wanna take it in my mind, cloak and dagger, snakes and ladders. Think I know the reason why. It's always the weak ones who attack. You got nothing else in life, it's all that matters. Snakes and
Alright, so we're just about done here with the oat harvest. Just probably one more strip, maybe? Yeah. We'll get the truck filled up. I would imagine there's going to be a second load as well. Just from what I'm seeing, at least. I have a lot of things I want to buy, and one of them is some sort of pull-behind trailer for the truck. We could have a grain capacity on that, and that would basically boost our grain capacity for that, which would be really nice. Possibly something where it could be, customized into a flatbed. But I also need it to be able to hook up to the truck. Because that has a ball hitch on it, so it's going to be different than what most of the other trailers are in Farming Sim, so... We'll get this filled up all the way. Check this out down here. They're starting working on the edge. We could take a look, but so far it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, these little dots are still there. I don't think that's a worker issue. That was originally from hail. We'll try and fix it once it's done. But yeah, they look good so far. Since I changed the width on it, it seems a little better. Alright, now we are bringing this down here to the grain elevator harbor. It's not too far of a drive then. We'll head down that way. We can get this sold, and then we'll see what kind of extra we have. It's possible we'll get a little extra from this load. So I'm hoping it doesn't clear out what's in the combine, and we can still sell that as well. Now, the price may not be great for oats right now, but I'm still going to want to get as much extra as I can out of it. $93, $94, $95, $96, $97, $98%. We're only going to get like an extra $1,000 or so from this, aren't we? Probably my guess. Because I'm just thinking there's like 1,300 liters left in there, so we'll get like $1,200. Because oats are not at its peak price anymore. It's probably at one of its worst prices. Get this dumped. We should get a little extra from this. I was off on how much extra. 2,500. I wonder if they give us a higher price for the harvest income. Because oats are probably one of its worst price right now, I think. Yeah, right now it is, it's 1,500. That wouldn't be 2,500. So yeah, it had to have given us some extra. So we will complete that one. Another $3,000, so $111,000 now. We have one more contract, which should bump us to about $120,000. I was gonna look here just because I was kind of curious. Obviously, there's a bunch of boats down there. I feel like that might be a good area for a collectible to be hidden in one of these docks. Maybe amongst the buildings in there too. So we'll check these out. I'll probably cut a lot of this out, but I'll just do a quick check just in case they're hidden somewhere in here. Maybe I'll get lucky, you know. If I find one in this area that I kind of know it's probably the only one, I have yet to see anywhere it's, you know, multiple in the same area. Hey! 10 grand. I don't know if there'd be much more out here. Well, I've yet to see any more since I found that one. I do see there's a giant bridge out here, so I figure that might be a good place to walk out and look at. Because we did find one at the lighthouse, and that was kind of way out of the way. Like I said, I'm sure I'm missing a bunch, though. It's tough to find them all. Obviously, you don't have any. I don't have any sort of map to go off of. But if something kind of sticks out, like, there might be something there. We should probably take a look at it. I'll go and take a look at it. And there is one out here. 16 more. So there, we got $131,000. That basically guarantees once we sell soybeans, we're probably looking at MERLO time. It's almost there. I'm sure there's a bunch more, like maybe, what if there'd be one down there? That would be a good placement to hide one. But we can head on back. If I see one on the way, then we can grab it. It's pretty tough to probably see them in town like this, because they're kind of... There's a lot of buildings in here, so... tough to see all the time. I would imagine a lot of them are going to be hidden in this city as well as the village way up at the top of the map. Because those are going to be some really good hiding places to put them at, so... Well, dang, those weeds grew pretty dang fast in this field. It's already weed infested. We'll park these up here, because like I said, I think the oats will be ready next month. Yeah, looks like it. I think the peas are probably... Oh, yep, here they are. There's the peas. The name is called what? Pretty Peas? I see a joke there. I see what they did. I see what they did. What does he say? Crunchy rice rolls, puffed rice. Classic. Those are pretty, well, classic, I guess. Yeah, obviously there's an issue with weeding in the contracts and stuff. Well, weeding with workers. The hoeing works just fine. Everything else seems to work fine. I haven't tried, like, well, I would imagine seeding would work. Harvest seemed to work. Just something with the weeding. So that must just be a little bit of a bug. I'll have to keep that in mind and, you know, keep an eye on patch notes as they come out. I would imagine they would put that in the patch notes if they fixed that. Like I said, I'm trying not to miss too much here. I need to go back and go over these, the hail spots. They seem to have not fixed them, so... The worker didn't fix them. It'll be nice to have a bunch of oats to sell this winter. I think we're on the cusp of really getting things going. But like I said earlier, it's, you know, a lot of things are really expensive, so it takes a while to build up to that. I'm trying to work on getting, you know, productions going. The greenhouses are going to be a big help, so we can make a ton of money, hopefully, and be able to actually buy these things. Well, let's see if we can get these. The worker didn't do it. I wouldn't think they would just be damaged for eternity. Well, I mean, it got him the first time around, first lap. It's hard to tell if you've been over it. That look a lot better? No, it looks the same. I went over that spot, so... Huh. Yeah, right behind where we just came from, they're not even planted. I wonder how long that damage would last for. Do we have to cultivate it to fix it? Not sure on that. Obviously, I think hail damage is new to the game, so... I don't remember them saying anything, but... Obviously, I'm sure I missed plenty, so... So maybe I should go and rent the hoe. Yeah, I think we might want to. I wish I had... I saw this earlier in there too. It's just like... They're teasing me. This is 4 hours on it. Wow. Because I did see this, and I was trying to see if I could somehow manage a way to make enough money for it, because it has 410 horse, or 418 horsepower. But I could not get away for me to easily afford that and still eventually be able to get a telehandler. So I kind of just had to make the decision of, well, tough luck. How much is it per day? 360. Okay. We'll keep it for a day. I saw that, I was like, of all the months, why you gotta tease me now? This is when we're like closing in on hopefully getting our telehandler slash second tractor. Said you gotta tease me like this. But is what it is. Something better will hopefully come into the sales eventually. I really hope to see the MERLO in there before I buy it at full price. Because then I could, you know, get a decent amount cheaper. And then I could spend that money on something else. Yeah, I think these might become tall weeds. Large weeds next month. So it's one of those things I probably am best off doing it this month. It's $300 if I keep it over the night, which I will. Then we can use it on that other field. Maybe we can see if there's a small field around here too that might need it. We could potentially make the money back on it then. Just want to look at how this is. It's just down the center. Should have turned steering assist on. Oh yeah, I kind of see it. That's good. That looks pretty dang good to me. I'll go and get this put into the yard, then I'll go and grab it, and we can have a worker do this. And I'll start doing the weeding then on the contract. Which should put us at, what, 38,000? Like 10 grand away. I think it's like 149,500 for the telehandler I keep talking about. Maybe next month. We'll see. If we got some pallet goods to sell, we could sell that and maybe we could get it. We can have a worker work on this. I hope to possibly do the little bit that's missing on the edge of this field. There's not a ton though, so if we don't get it finished, that's not the end of the world. There we go. Jeez, I had so many things to tap through now. I want to turn on steering assist too. There's not that many lines. We could have did the huge one. I'd be curious on how many lines that one has, but we're a little late into starting that now. I'd say maybe next month, but these won't be small enough for this weeder come next month. The weeds. Alright, so let's go ahead and take off. We'll get the steering assist on and just sit back and relax. Let the tractor do the work for us. Well, I am going to go ahead and start up a time lapse, so I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
How does it feel to fall now that you're in this alone? No more comfort, 'cause those days are over now. I've seen that side. Can't believe I let you wear me down. All the memories unwind, taking me higher, higher, past the finish line. You can't change me
Well, we should be on the final strip for the weeding field here. I believe this is red beets, if I remember correctly. I'm kind of surprised I don't see ridges then. I know that was a big thing, obviously, in Premium Edition. Well, I think it added like a layer of fertilizer, so maybe it wasn't required. I just remember it being a thing. Alright, so let's go and complete this. $9,000. I'm sure there's probably some good ones in here now. It's usually how it works. Yeah. Nothing fantastic. Nothing out of this world. And this is, of course, done here. Let's get this folded up, and I'm gonna just do the edge of that field where it was missed. Well, where it actually has weeds. I'm not sure why some fields have weeds and some don't. I kind of wonder if it's not something to do with crop destruction on. But then I would think the crop would be destroyed, but the weeds are being destroyed prior to them even coming up. I think it has something to do with that. That's the only thing I can come up with. Well, let's get the handful of weeds in here. There's not a ton in here, but we can make sure it's yielding the best it can. Get this corner. And I think it's at the very bottom after this is where there's weeds. Yeah, we'll be keeping that obviously until next month. It's, oh no, that's lime. That's where it needs lime. Okay. I turned out the weed. Yeah, looks like it's all good to go. This one will need the second layer, plus it'll need to be weeded next month. I'm not sure why there's some pieces that are not planting. It's possible it needs to be cultivated now. After the damage, if you will, from the hail. Like I said, that is my only guess, but yeah, we are ending today with $138,000, so we're literally like 10 grand away. We should probably be able to hit it next time, either with contracts or possibly soybeans. And maybe we'll see, there might be some pallet goods that could be sold. But, yeah, that is about everything for today. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.